Hello, hello, hello. Wherever you are on this influential planet of ours called Earth, I hope you are doing well wherever you are located this day, evening, or night. I want to talk about one of the NBA's most historic figures. Someday, maybe even now, he's within the top 10 list of NBA players. I believe he entered the league in 2003, and from my research, he did something that I did not like, but hey, it's his decision. From my research, he wanted to join the NBA in his junior year of high school. He wanted to quit high school and join the NBA. This person currently has 3 championship rings. He won 3 championships and he lost 6. So by now, you know who I'm talking about. Mr. LeBron James. Now, what I want to talk about is when he made that decision in 2010. I remember the decision. People was cursing him out, arguing with him. They was burning his jersey. They wanted to run him out of Cleveland, Ohio. If they had their way, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to go back to slavery times, but if they had their way, they would have lynched him. And you know I'm telling the truth. Because the people who cursed him, who mocked him, and disdained him, they did not look anything like him, if you know what I mean. Now, I'm sure people who look like him in Cleveland, they complain and voice their opinion too. But the media, basically, from what I saw at the time, just showed the people who didn't look like him complaining and burning his jersey. So, like I said, it's Mr. LeBron James. Now, I was thinking, why did he make that decision? No one ever talked about that. But I'm going to talk about it. Why? And I'm going to talk about the benefits of it too. I'm going to talk about why he made the decision and the benefits of the decision that he made that has changed the league forever. So here we go. The reason I think LeBron James went to Miami because of Boston. Now, Boston had their own big 3. Boston had their own super team. I believe it was Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen. The only difference between the Boston 3 and the Miami 3 is the Boston 3, they was coming up, they was entering the twilight of their NBA years. So when those 3 left their teams, I believe Kevin Garnett, he left Minnesota, and Paul Pierce was already with Boston. I don't know what team what's his name, Ray Allen came from. If anybody remember, let me know in the comment section what team Ray Allen was with before he went to Boston. I don't know. It could have been the Bucks, the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't know. Now, before I go further, if you like my little comments, my little insight, please give me a thumbs up. If you would like to subscribe to hear me talk about any particular sport that I've deemed worthy to talk about, subscribe. Now I'm back to my topic. So, as I said, no commentator ever say why LeBron made the decision. He did it because the big 3 in Boston was beating him up. They was beating him up. I remember even in one of those stories, the owner said, LeBron quit. He just gave up. That came from the owner's mouth. And that probably pissed LeBron James off daily. He probably said, okay, you getting on the media saying that I quit. He said, I'm going to show you now. I'm going to Miami and I'm going to leave your team just because you said I'm a quitter. And not only did that owner state that LeBron was a quitter by getting beaten by Boston. I believe he got beaten by Boston like 2 years in a row. I'm not sure. But Boston did give him his head on a platter. They severely beat Cleveland. And that, in my reason, and my logic, is what caused him to make that change. To go to Miami. The big three, the owner's complaint, and the media's complaint of him giving up with that Cleveland-Boston series. Now, I'm gonna jump to when LeBron went to his second NBA Finals, because since he had that scar of the complaint of the media, the complaint of the owner, and being disgraced by Boston, maybe that's why he performed so poorly in that 2010 NBA Finals against the Dallas Mavericks, because he was carrying that scar and that insults from those Boston area time losses. Because before he lost to Boston, he already had a scar on him already in the NBA Finals when he was playing against the San Antonio Spurs. What was it, 2009, 2007? You can correct me in the comment section, but I know he got swept when he was playing the San Antonio Spurs. And I do remember the series after he got swept. I remember Tim Duncan giving him a hug, whispering things in his ears. He probably whispered things that most champions say to the loser. Your day will be coming soon. Don't worry. I'm sure Jordan said it to all the other players. He probably whispered that in Charles Barkley. When Jordan faced Charles Barkley in 1993, he probably whispered, your day is coming soon. Don't worry. When he beat Clyde Drexler, he probably whispered, don't worry, man. You're going to be back. You're going to win one. When he beat Sean Kemp and Gary Payton, he probably whispered, your day is coming. Now, when he beat Karl Malone and John Stockton, he couldn't say that to them. He probably said the first time he beat him, I believe it was 1997, he probably said, don't worry, you'll be back. But when he beat him the second time, Jordan probably said, I better leave them alone, because they've been in the finals 2 times and they lost 2 times, and it's hard to get to the finals. That what probably scarred LeBron James when they got to the finals the second time. Now, here's the benefit of when he made that decision. I grew up in the 70s and 80s. Y'all, if you grew up like me in the 70s and 80s, most athletes, I don't care what sport they were played in, football, baseball, basketball, American soccer, so and so, they rarely got up and left and joined another team. The only time they did join another team is when they was on a decline in their skill level. Like when Charles Barkley went to Phoenix in 1993. At least he was in Philadelphia for about 10 years. I think he was still at his top level, but he was going down a little bit. He was a little bit in decline, just a tad bit. But LeBron James showed athletes, hey, if you don't like the franchise in 4 years, leave. LeBron James, because he made a decision 2010, he gave athletes the power to take control over their own lives. He took the power away from those owners, GMs, and managers. Before that, the GM and the managers, they controlled the fate of the players. So in NBA annals, in NBA history, definitely with the players, and maybe even with the reporters, they would say LeBron James, regardless of how many championships he won, regardless of how many finals he probably lost, his greatest contribution to the NBA was he empowered players to take control of their careers. He empowered players not to be loyal to a franchise with a bull on a, with the bull symbol, not to be loyal to the reindeer symbol, not to be loyal to the flaming basketball symbol. He taught the players to be loyal to yourself and do what's best for your family. He showed players, don't put your whole heart in this franchise, because if the franchise is upset with you, they will ship you out of town in a heartbeat. And players who are not stars, upcoming stars, the players who are marginal players, they definitely see that. Hold up, I'm going to say this. The marginal players, they probably know more about the professional sport teams than the superstar. The superstar think that they're gonna be taken care of forever. The marginal player know that, hey, they not loyal to me. If they upset with me, if they don't like me, if they can find someone better than me, they will ship me out of town so fast my head will spin. So that's it, my good people. That's what LeBron James did. He gave players the power to change their fate. Going to his playoff performance, the owners of the Cleveland franchise scarred him and insulted him. So that could have been a big factor in why he left. The big three affected him. He said Paul Pierce on his own didn't accomplish nothing. He just was an all-star player, but he never went to the finals. Kevin Garnett, James was thinking, was just an all-star player. He barely made it out of the first round, the second round, and maybe he made it to the conference finals one time in all the years he played. But he never went to the finals. Ray Allen barely got out of a playoff series. He never made it to the finals. So LeBron said, hey, look, at least I've been to the finals in 2007. I did something that they never did. But to definitely get a championship, LeBron probably was thinking, you need 3 legendary players, whether you're at the top of their game or in decline, because an aging NBA player is still a lot better than that marginal player. That's it. If you like my comment, give me my thumbs up. If you have any comments to make of any mistakes that I've made, please correct me. If you would like to share this to other sports fans, do so. Until the next time, peace.